I never thought I'd be staring down four guys in knockoff tactical gear, yelling that I was under arrest for violating community standards right in my own driveway. Two unmarked SUVs with those cheap LED light bars flashing like a bad 4th of July fireworks show. Neighbors peeking out from behind blinds, whispering. And there she was, Susan Hargrove, the HOA president, strutting like she just won the Super Bowl. Her navy pantsuit screamed, "Power trip," and she had this smug grin that made my blood boil. But what they didn't know was that real sirens, deep, authoritative ones, were already closing in. If you think HOA drama is just about grass height fines, buckle up. This is the story of how one control freak's obsession nearly turned deadly, and how standing my ground exposed a whole web of lies. Let me rewind. After busting my hump for 30 years in a dead-end factory job up in Detroit, I cashed out my 401k and bought this cozy ranch-style house on a couple of acres just outside Maple Grove suburbs in suburban Ohio. It was my escape. Big backyard, no more traffic jams, and crucially, outside any HOA boundaries. My deed was crystal clear: no dues, no rules about holiday lights or driveway parking. Freedom at last, or so I figured. From the jump, Susan had me in her crosshairs. Maple Grove's HOA lorded over the fancy cul-de-sacs next door, as she showed up on my second day with a binder thick as a phone book, lips pinched like she'd sucked on a lemon. "Mr. Reynolds, you'll need to submit your property for inspection," she barked like I owed her something. I laughed it off. "Lady, my land's not in your neighborhood. Check the county records." Her face turned beet red, eyes narrowing. "Everyone around here respects the standards. We can't have outliers dragging down values." That was her line. Property values like it justified everything. The neighbors split quickly. Some old-timers, fed up with Susan's nitpicking, slipped me coffee and said they envied my independence. Others shunned me, scared of her wrath. Susan ruled with an iron fist. Fines for unapproved bird feeders, mandatory garage sales, and even dictating fence colors. I'd hear stories of folks paying hundreds for infractions like leaving a grill out overnight. She thrived on control, and I was the thorn in her side. It started small. Whispers at the block party I wasn't invited to. "That guy's a slob. No dues, no standards." Then the letters hit my mailbox, fancy envelopes with a silver embossed seal that looked bootleg, demanding $150 for unpaid assessments. I tossed the first one, figuring junk mail. But they kept coming, one claiming my shed encroached on common land. It didn't. Another saying my gravel path was a safety hazard. The seal had this wonky lion that screamed DIY Photoshop. Still, it irked me old folks believe this crap. Things ramped up. I'd spot cars idling at night, headlights off, watching my place. A dude with a zoom lens snapped pics of my garage. Late one evening, those same black SUVs cruised by slowly, like sharks circling. Paranoia? Maybe, but I wasn't backing down. Bullies like Susan count on you flinching. 2 weeks in, she showed up with muscle. 2 burly guys in polo shirts labeled HOA Patrol. Arms crossed, looking like rent-a-thug from a strip mall gym. "Final notice," Susan snapped, waving papers. "Comply or face action." I wiped dirt from my hands. I'd been fixing the fence and grinned. "Action? Like what, a stern email? Get off my property." Her goons leaned in, but I didn't budge. "Try it, boys. This ain't your turf." They backed off, but Susan hissed, "You'll regret this." That night, under the porch light, I sipped a beer, stars twinkling over the fields. Peaceful, right? Wrong. Those SUVs lurked again. I texted my pal, a county deputy, but pride kept me from calling in the cavalry yet. I'd handled worse in my factory, days union busts, shady bosses. Susan was just a suburban tyrant. By month 2, my mailbox overflowed with nonsense. My barbecue pit a fire risk, my truck unsightly, even demanding I drain my small pond because standing water breeds mosquitoes. Absurd. But it worked on a neighbor's. Old Mrs. Ellis stopped waving, Kids avoided my yard like it was haunted. Susan's paper terror was real. One dusk, I caught a shadow by the bush's lens glint. I yelled, and the spy bolted. More patterns, clipboard guys jotting notes, cars staking out. I waved cheerily, yelling, "Get my profile." It pissed them off. Then Susan stormed up again, goons in tow. "Violations galore," she yelled. I shot back. "Your rules end at the line. Trespass again, and I'll press charges." One thug growled, "We can make life hard." I leaned close. "Buddy, hard life's my middle name." Scram. Letters escalated. Detention for non-payment. Detention? Like school? But creepy, they were hand-delivered. No stamps. Federal offense. I rigged trail cams and caught Susan sneaking at 2 a.m., stuffing envelopes in heels. Priceless footage. The next day, I taped a screenshot to the box. "Caught ya." She flipped, screaming about privacy. "My land, my rules," I yelled back. Then it got dark. SUVs circled menacingly, no plates. A chill hit. I texted my deputy buddy again. "Watch your back." Some cross lines. Stubborn, I held firm. Little did I know, Susan was plotting her masterpiece. Fake cops. The morning it exploded, started normally coffee on the deck. Then tinny sirens wailed. Those SUVs screeched up, lights flashing. For clowns in black uniforms, HOA enforcement patches crooked. Plastic cuffs, toy radios. "You're under arrest," one barked. I filmed it all. For what? Non-compliance. Susan emerged from her sedan, binder clutched, smirking. "It's done, Jack. You mocked us. Now pay." Neighbors gathered, gasping. I yelled, "These aren't real cops." Look badges peeling. Murmurs spread. Susan shrieked, "Arrest him." They advanced, zip ties out. I held the gate. "Trespass, and you're done." Hesitation flickered. Then rotor thumps reel choppers. Engines roared. Sheriff's SWAT rolled in. Armored trucks, lights blazing. Helicopters overhead, spotlights down. Chaos erupted. "Drop everything." "Hands up," SWAT barked. Fakes froze, then hit the dirt. Susan spun. "They're mine." No dice. One fake pulled a stun stick crackle weak, but SWAT pivoted. "Weapon." He dropped it fast. Another yanked the gate. A third waved an airsoft gun. "Gun." Spotlights pinned him. He crumbled. Neighbors screamed, and one fainted. Susan raged. "This is my domain." SWAT cuffed her mid-shriek. Obstruction. The crowd cheered. I filmed. Bullies fall hard. Evidence poured out fake gear. Cash envelopes in Susan's script. She howled denials, but it was over. Dust settled. Choppers faded. SWAT commander, "You're the victim here." Neighbors erupted outrage at Susan's reign. Report revealed. Hired goons from out of town. HOA funds misused for uniforms. Fake docs from her PC. Emergency meeting. Board quit. HOA dissolved. Funds refunded. Susan denied bail. Charges piled. Conspiracy. Impersonation. Fraud. The court was packed. Neighbors testified to years of abuse, fines for flower beds, bike racks. Judge hammered. "You endangered lives for ego." Sentenced. 5 years, massive fines. Applause thundered. Outside, folks hugged, free at last. My ranch stayed, quiet cameras caught deer now. Neighbors brought potlucks, and kids played freely. The boy next door, "You're a hero." I chuckled, just didn't fold. Peace reigned, bullies exposed. What do you think? Should HOAs have less power, or are they needed? Share in the comments. Who's right, the rule enforcers or the independents? Let's debate.